So the Miami Heat have actually made a trade. And it's beautiful. Anytime you see Miami Heat trade and it's something good, you get happy. Because it's been so long since we've made a trade. Welcome to episode 54 of Excuse the Miamians. It's great. Miami has not had, I believe, somebody fact check me if I'm wrong. Miami has not received a player via trade in 900 days. Do you know what that is? And no, Kevin Love doesn't count because we've got him off the buyout market. But I believe that is true. Pretty crazy. I read it on Twitter. A lot of things on Twitter are fake. Please let me know in the comments below. But the Miami Heat trade Kyle Lowry for Terry Rozier. And the Miami Heat end up giving up, I believe it's a first round pick, but it is a lottery protected pick in 2027, but becomes unprotected in 2028. So the Miami Heat completely fleeced the Charlotte Hornets on this trade. It's just Miami. And it's Pat Riley in his bag. He's trying to make it better. But let's just talk about this for a second. 2000, and I believe it was the season where they had to play. It was the COVID year, right? They had to play in Orlando in the bubble. There you go, the bubble season. Miami goes and makes the finals. Then the next season, everybody thinks that we need a point guard, and Kyle Lowry was available. I'm very happy with him. Whenever we got Kyle Lowry, he made a huge difference. You could even tell in the earlier games because he was one of those real solid point guards where he passed the ball to the next player, gets open shots, goes out there, gets fouled, does his little flopping routine, lands on his airbags. It's all good. But then we end up making that Eastern Conference Finals run. We lose to the Celtics in 7, and the Heat season is over. You're thinking Miami needs to go out. They need to get some firepower. They need this. They need that. Miami says, we're going to run it back. And then I just thought it was one of the worst seasons last year, regular seasons, where Miami just could not get anything going. We end up playing the Bulls, and Miami beats the Bulls. And while they were losing, I think it was by a lot, by like 20 points in the play-in game, we end up winning. Thank you, Max Strus. He goes in, the Heat go into the playoffs, 8th seed, make it all the way to the NBA Finals, beating the Bucks, the Knicks, and the Celtics. Dude, it was just a beautiful run for Miami sports, or South Florida sports, if you want to say that. Then we really needed the piece. We needed somebody. We needed something to happen. Whether it was you trade Hero, whether it is we try and go get, Damian Lillard, everything failed. The Heat could not do anything. Everybody was calling Pat Riley washed. I'm like, come on, man. How can you say that? Like, people disrespect Pat Riley so much. Anyway, I'll talk about that. Nothing happens. We run it back another third time. I think for another third straight season or second straight season. And everybody's pissed. So this season, we get Jaime Jaquez Jr. Huge addition, by the way. Helped us out. He gets injured, and the Miami Heat are now in shambles, right? Because we had a time where Jimmy Butler was injured. Heat couldn't do anything. We had Hero injured. The Heat struggled. But now, with Jaime Jaquez, team is still struggling. And one of the places that we look to the most is the fact that we're not scoring a lot of points and that we're also lacking on our point guard position. My bad if you hear my nephew screaming. He's a baby. It is what it is. But then this season, we end up going and we actually do a trade. For once, I'm actually pretty happy. On top of that, it does save money because I know that I think it's Mickey Arison. He doesn't like to be in the tax, but the Heat are saving $15.4 million. And it's not one of those we actually picked up a player that has a contract till next season. So he has another year in his contract, which is wild. Usually the Heat want to get somebody off the books, and we go into next season with a little bit more cap space. But Miami ends up getting Terry Rozier, and like I said, averages 23.2 points per game, 6.6 assists. And I think that him with the mixture of Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, and Jimmy Butler will be able to make a nice playoff push. And we have I think that he have a solid bench. We have a great, I love our bench. I love whenever we throw Kevin Love out there, which everybody thought was washed for some reason. We pick him up. He's been playing great this season. My gosh. Yo, Kevin Love, my sister actually loves him. Then we go out here. We also have Highsmith, which usually is in our lineup, but you have Jovic playing great. I thought he was going to actually get traded this offseason. And now even towards the deadline. We don't even know what's going to happen if he's still going to get traded or not, because I think rumors are that the Heat are going to go after DeMar DeRozan. Have no idea why you're doing that, but he is pretty much the same player as Jimmy Butler. That's a story for another day. But then on top of that, you're also, you have studs. You have great shooters on the bench. It's great. But I just hope that whatever this is, Miami is able to do a lot better offensively with Terry Rozier. And on top of that, I got to say, Dwayne Wade, thank you. Because if it wasn't for Dwayne Wade, we wouldn't have Jimmy Butler. We wouldn't have Victor Oladipo. And now we got him. I know you might be saying, what are you talking about? Well, they switched jerseys. And then you see Bam Adebayo earlier this season hug him. He's like, I'll see you in the Heat. It's probably what they said. You know, he probably wants to be a Heato. But anyway, on top of that, I just think it's a great addition for Miami. Let me know in the comments below if you are excited for this trade and if it's going to help Miami, which I do think it will. On top of that, I did want to talk about Udonis Haslem. A bunch of people on the internet don't know what Udonis Haslem means to the Miami Heat, but as soon as his jersey gets retired, and now it's in the rafters, that 40 is going to be up there forever, baby. It's good. It's good. I love it. I love that fact. Everybody in Miami Heat, you know, the Miami Heat fandom is happy. But people don't understand. Everybody keeps saying he's one of those players that was just on the bench, didn't do anything for 5 or 6, 7 years, just literally rotting on the bench. And I just say to myself, how are you going to say something like that? You know, he was there, got drafted with Dwayne Wade in 2003. Actually, he didn't get drafted. Pretty wild. Miami still picks him up. He's the all-time leading rebounder in Miami Heat history, franchise. That's great. That is beautiful. And on top of that, he won 3 championships. He played a pivotal role in 2006. He started a bunch of games for Miami that season, and I believe he was a starter that year as well. But I just don't know why they think that because he was not playing that he didn't do anything. I think that any Heat player that has been a player said that whenever Udonis Haslem was there, whenever anybody stepped on that field, on that court, on that locker room, that he made a huge difference. He also makes a huge difference for any rookie that goes into the league, and he's helped pave the way for Bam Adebayo, and he even helped Dwayne Wade a bunch. Both of them helped each other out. I just think that when people talk bad about Udonis Haslem, they just don't know what they're saying. Come on, have some respect for UD. We love him. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Sorry about this random episode. I also do want to say I've been doing Miami Dolphins content a lot, but as I did say on my last podcast episode, we are going to be going on to the Miami Dolphins as the offseason continues, but I will be covering the Heat, Inter Miami, and other teams from Miami. Very happy, excited for that. Inter Miami season's looking promising, even though they've lost their last 2 preseason games. It's just preseason. Everybody got to chill. Anyway, love you guys. Catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one.